I've been living in this rental house for about 4 months. Quiet neighborhood, cheap rent, nothing unusual. At least that's what I thought. Until one day I noticed something strange on the smoke detector in my living room. Just a tiny black dot. I climbed up to take a closer look, and when I opened it, I found a camera hidden inside. At first, I thought it was some kind of security system, but then I searched the rest of the house and found 3 more, all hidden, all pointed directly at the rooms I spend the most time in, which means someone had been watching me inside my own house. I moved into this rental house about 4 months ago. It's a small place, 2 bedrooms, 1 floor, nothing special, but it was cheap and quiet, which was exactly what I needed. The landlord told me the previous tenant had moved out quickly, didn't say why, just said they needed to relocate for work. At the time, I didn't think much about it. People move all the time. For the first few weeks, everything felt normal. The house was quiet. The neighborhood was quiet. Sometimes I would hear the usual house noises at night. Pipes, floorboards settling, wind against the siding. Old houses always make sounds. You get used to them. Then small things started happening. Nothing dramatic, just little things. The kind of things you can easily blame on forgetfulness. One morning I walked into the kitchen, and one of the cabinets was open. I was pretty sure I had closed it the night before, but I told myself, maybe I didn't. Maybe I forgot. Another day, the chair in the living room looked slightly out of place, like someone had moved it a few inches. Again, I convinced myself I was imagining it. When you live alone, your memory starts playing tricks on you. You question small things. Did I leave that light on? Did I move that? Did I close that door? So I ignored it. A few days later, I was cleaning the living room, vacuuming the carpet, dusting the shelves, just normal weekend chores. When I looked up, something caught my attention. The smoke detector on the ceiling. It wasn't the detector itself. It was a small dark spot on the side of it, a tiny black. At first, I assumed it was just part of the device. Maybe a sensor, maybe a screw. But the longer I looked at it, the more it bothered me. So I grabbed a chair, climbed up, and twisted the smoke detector off the ceiling. The moment I took the cover off, my stomach dropped. Inside, there was a tiny camera, small, black, no bigger than a coin, pointing directly into the living room. For a few seconds, I just stared at it, trying to process what I was looking at, trying to convince myself there had to be another explanation. Maybe it was part of a security system. Maybe the landlord had installed cameras for safety. But something about it didn't look right. So I pulled my phone out and searched the model number printed on the side. It wasn't a smoke detector camera. It was a hidden spy camera, the kind people buy online. My heart started beating faster, because if there was one camera, there could be more. I went to the hallway next and started checking the ceiling, the vents, the corners of the walls, anywhere someone could hide something small. It took less than 5 minutes to find the second one, hidden inside an air vent, then the third, behind a small hole in the wall near the hallway light, and then the fourth, inside my bedroom, mounted behind a small gap in the bookshelf, pointing directly at the bed. At that point, I stopped searching, because I already knew what was happening. Someone had been watching the house, watching me. But the worst part wasn't the cameras themselves. The worst part was something I noticed when I looked closer. At the wiring, none of the cameras were connected to the house. No security system, no alarm panel, no recording device inside the house, which meant something much worse. The cameras weren't recording here. They were sending the footage somewhere else. And someone, somewhere, had been watching me every day, for the last 4 months. For a few minutes, I just stood there in my bedroom, holding the camera in my hand, trying to decide what I should do next. Part of me wanted to call the police immediately. Another part of me was trying to convince myself there had to be a simple explanation. Maybe the landlord had installed them. Maybe they were part of some kind of security system. But that idea fell apart pretty quickly, because security cameras aren't usually hidden, and they definitely aren't pointed directly at someone's bed. I went back through the house again, this time looking more carefully, checking every vent, every corner, every smoke detector, just in case I had missed something. But the 4 cameras I found were the only ones, at least the only ones I could see. Then I started looking at the wiring again. Each camera had a thin black cable running from it, small enough to hide along the edge of the wall, painted the same color as the drywall, almost invisible unless you were looking directly at it. I followed the wire from the bedroom camera. It ran along the wall, then disappeared into a small hole near the ceiling, right below the attic hatch. That made my stomach tighten a little, because if the wires were running into the attic, then whatever was receiving the video was probably up there too. I stood there for a moment, looking at the attic hatch, trying to decide if I actually wanted to open it. But I already knew I would, because at that point, not knowing felt worse than knowing. I grabbed a chair from the kitchen, dragged it under the hallway hatch, and pushed the panel open. Dust fell down immediately. The attic smelled like old wood and insulation, the usual attic smell. I climbed up slowly, using my phone flashlight to see. The beam of light moved across the rafters, across the insulation, across a few old boxes. Then it stopped on something that didn't belong there, a small table, sitting near the center of the attic, with wires running across it. I moved closer, and my stomach dropped again, because the wires from the cameras all led directly to that table. On top of it, there were batteries, a small receiver box, and an empty space, perfectly shaped, like something had been sitting there, a laptop or a recording device, something that had been removed. I looked around the attic quickly, but there was nothing else. No bag, no equipment, no sign that anyone was still up there. Whoever had set it up had already taken the main device with them, which meant one thing. They had probably realized I had found the cameras. That thought made my chest feel tight, because if they knew, then they might come back. I climbed down from the attic, closed the hatch, and pulled my phone out. I was about to call the police when something else caught my attention. On the wall near the attic hatch, there were marks, small ones, like someone had written something there, then tried to scratch it off. I stepped closer and shined my phone light on it. They weren't scratches. They were dates, dozens of them, written in faded marker. I leaned in closer, reading them one by one. Most of the dates were from the past year, random days, some close together, some weeks apart, but they all had one thing in common. Every date matched the night I had been home. I knew that because some of them were recent, days I clearly remembered. Then I saw the last entry, at the very bottom, written much darker than the others, like it had been added recently. Today's date. My stomach dropped because I had been home all day, which meant someone had updated that list very recently. Then I heard something downstairs, a sound from the living room, the front door opening, slowly. I froze, standing in the hallway, listening. Footsteps inside the house. Someone had just walked in, and the worst part was they didn't sound surprised. They sounded calm, like they already knew exactly where I was.